A billion-dollar car company just got caught lying, and they didn't expect a YouTuber to expose it this badly. And what they said next made this rebuild go from risky to explosive. This is Matt Armstrong, a YouTuber with over 5 million subscribers. And he just did what Bugatti said was impossible. He's rebuilding a crashed Chiron. But that's not the story. The story is what he found inside. Before we dive in, smash that like button and subscribe, because what's coming next will change how you see luxury cars forever. When Bugatti sells you a Chiron, they don't just sell you a car, they sell you a story. Every component is bespoke. Every part is handcrafted exclusively for your vehicle. Nothing is shared with any other car in the world. That's the pitch. That's what justifies the $3 million price tag. But that's the lie. Because when Matt Armstrong started tearing into this crashed Chiron, looking for replacement parts, he discovered something Bugatti never wanted anyone to know. Those exclusive headlights? Part number matched a Volkswagen Touareg. Cost from Bugatti is $8,500. Cost from Volkswagen is $340. Those irreplaceable airbag modules? Identical to units in an Audi Q7. Bugatti's price is $12,000. Actual cost is $890. The interior switches and electronics? Shared across the entire Volkswagen Group parts bin. Matt didn't go looking for a scandal. He just started checking part numbers, and every single one told the same story. Bugatti wasn't building bespoke components. They were rebadging existing parts and multiplying the price by 20. This isn't about parts sharing. Every manufacturer does that. This is about the lie. The deliberate deception. Telling customers they're paying for exclusivity when they're really just paying for a badge. And Matt caught them red-handed, on camera. So what did Bugatti do when this news started coming out? Apologize? No. Explain their pricing? No. Offer transparency? Absolutely not. They doubled down. Bugatti released a statement claiming their parts are engineered to Bugatti specifications, and that's what justifies the cost. But here's the problem with that statement. Matt's already proven it's not true. He's shown that the part numbers are identical. The specifications are identical. The components are identical. The only difference is the logo stamped on the box. Bugatti thought they could control the narrative. They thought their customers would never question them. They thought wrong. Matt Armstrong isn't just rebuilding a car anymore. He's exposing an entire business model built on deception. Let me show you what's actually happening in this rebuild. This is where it gets technical. And this is where Bugatti's lies completely unravel. The Chiron came to Matt with severe front-end damage. Crushed nose, shattered carbon fiber, destroyed suspension, damaged engine bay components. Bugatti's official position was simple. This car is unrepairable outside our factory. But Matt isn't working from Bugatti's playbook. He's working from the parts themselves. Step 1. He cataloged every damaged component. Front bumper assembly, headlight units, radiator cores, suspension arms, brake calipers, steering components. Step 2. He cross-referenced every single part number. This is where it gets interesting. The carbon fiber front splitter. Bugatti wanted $47,000 for a replacement. Matt found the original manufacturer, a carbon fiber shop in Italy that supplies multiple hypercar brands. Same specs, same quality. With the price at $8,200. The radiator assembly, Bugatti quoted $23,000 and a 6-month wait. Matt traced the part number to the actual manufacturer. It's a modified unit from a high-performance cooling system used in racing. Available in 3 weeks, with the cost at $4,000. The suspension arms? Bespoke Bugatti engineering according to the official line. Matt found the metallurgy specs, the measurements, the tolerances. Had them fabricated by a specialist suspension shop. Identical strength, identical geometry. Cost, $1,800 versus Bugatti's $15,000. Here's what Matt's proving with every single part. The engineering is real, the quality is real, but the exclusivity is fake. Bugatti didn't invent these components from scratch. They sourced them from the same suppliers everyone else uses. They modified some. They branded all of them. Right now, Matt's about 60% through with the rebuild. The front subframe is repaired, the suspension is rebuilt, the cooling system is installed. The carbon fiber bodywork is being reconstructed piece by piece, and every step of the way, he's documenting the real costs, the real suppliers, the real process. He's building a roadmap that Bugatti never wanted to exist. Let's talk about the carbon fiber for a second, because this is where Bugatti's deception gets really bold. The Chiron's body is carbon fiber. Bugatti makes a huge deal about this. Hand-laid carbon fiber, proprietary process, impossible to replicate. That's the marketing, but here's the reality. Matt sent fragments of the damaged carbon fiber to a materials lab. They analyzed the layup, the resin, the weave pattern, the curing process. You know what they found. Standard aerospace-grade carbon fiber, pre-preg material available from multiple suppliers. Layup technique used across the supercar industry. Nothing proprietary, nothing unique. The only thing special about Bugatti's carbon fiber is the Bugatti logo. Matt's now working with a carbon fiber specialist who's recreating the damaged panels. Same materials, same process, same quality. Bugatti's price for the front bumper assembly, $52,000. Matt's own costs $11,000, and it's going to be identical. Now, I need to be fair here. Not everything about the Chiron is rebadged parts. The W16 engine is genuinely unique. That's real Bugatti engineering. That's legitimately exclusive. The quad-turbo setup, the packaging, the integration, that's all genuine. Matt's been very clear about this. The powertrain is the one area where Bugatti's claims hold up. But here's the thing. The engine is maybe 30% of the car's total parts count. Everything else? The chassis, the body, the interior, the electronics, the brakes, the suspension. That's where the lie lives. And that's what Matt's exposing. Bugatti could have been honest. They could have said, we build an incredible engine and package it in the best components we can source globally. That would still be impressive. That would still justify a premium. But they got greedy. They claimed everything was bespoke. They lied about the exclusivity. And now they're paying the price. If you own a Bugatti right now, you're probably feeling a certain way. You paid millions for exclusivity. You were told you owned something no one else could replicate. You believed the mystique. And now you're watching a YouTuber prove that most of your car is available at auto parts stores. That hurts. But here's what should make you angry. It's not just the markup. It's the control system Bugatti built around it. They told you only Bugatti certified technicians could work on your car. They told you only Bugatti could source the parts. They told you independent repair would void everything and destroy the car's value. Why? Because if you could go to independent shops, you'd discover the truth. You'd see the part numbers. You'd realize the markup. You'd question everything. Bugatti didn't want you to have that freedom, so they built a walled garden, and they told you it was for your protection. Matt Armstrong just kicked down the walls. Now here's where this story takes a turn. Most YouTubers would see the controversy, see the potential legal trouble, see Bugatti's resources, and back off. Not Matt Armstrong. He just posted something on his Instagram story that proves he's all in. A new tattoo. And it's not just any tattoo. It's a detailed design of the Chiron's W16 engine, permanently inked on his arm. Think about what that means. This isn't a project he's going to abandon. This isn't content he's going to drop when it gets tough. This is a commitment he literally branded onto his body. When Bugatti's lawyers start circling, Matt's going to have a constant reminder of why he started this. When the pressure builds, he's got permanent motivation to finish. He didn't just start a rebuild series, he tattooed his commitment to exposing the truth. That's not just bold, that's a declaration of war. And Bugatti knows it. So, here's what everyone's wondering. What happens when Matt finishes this rebuild? When that Chiron fires up? When it runs? When it drives? When he proves definitively that you don't need Bugatti's blessing to own and maintain their flagship car? What does Bugatti do then? Do they sue him? Do they try to claim copyright on repair procedures? Do they pressure suppliers to stop selling to him? Do they go after the carbon fiber shops helping him? Or do they finally admit what everyone now knows? The exclusivity was a lie. The pricing was exploitation. The control was about profit, not quality. Because once the Chiron is running, there's no going back. Every future Bugatti owner will know the truth. Every repair won't require Bugatti's permission. The game is over. Every crashed Chiron won't automatically be a total loss. And Matt's tattoo is a permanent reminder that he's the one who ended it. If you want to watch this play out in real time, you need to subscribe. Hit that bell icon, because Matt's posting updates constantly.